Hello everyone, TataMato aka ZeroPayRacer here, and today we are going to review the McMurtry Spierling in Asphalt 9 Legends. Now, you might be wondering why the car in the thumbnail is upside down. Well, that's because this car can actually do that in real life. It's crazy, I know, but let's see what this crazy little car can do in Asphalt 9 Legends. Is it useful for dailies? How does it handle multiplayer, and can you use it in career? Stay tuned to find out. But first, let's go over some general info about this very special car. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, as this helps me bring you more content like this. The McMurtry Spierling is a 5-star A-class car which was first available in its Unleashed event and later in its special event in January 2025. It's a very rare car, and I myself managed to get it by opening packs from the Razer Aglaya event. You can check this out here. It requires 187 blueprints to max and 12 epics to gold, with all the upgrades coming in at a bit under 16 million credits. Its overall rank is a bit on the low side of A-class, with 2603 starting and 3789 max. It has a very low top speed, but it has the second highest acceleration in the game, only behind the Razer Tartarus. Handling and nitro are also very good, so I'm looking forward to put this one to the test. I have mine at 3 stars max, rating which is 3151, so that's what we will be driving today. The Spierling has 4 fuel slots and takes 3 hours and 40 minutes to refuel. There are no decals available. One thing which is immediately noticeable is that this is a weird little car, and I think that this makes it really cool. There are so many fascinating real-life facts behind the Spierling which make this car super interesting. For example, did you know that this car was built by a small team of around 20 people, but in an episode of Top Gear it absolutely destroyed the Aston Martin Valkyria in lap time? I'll throw the link in the description so you can check that out. But now for the fun fact. I mentioned it in the open of the video, but did you know that the McMurtry Spierling can literally drive upside down? And do you know how? Stay tuned until the end to find out. Okay, back to the in-game car and let's do some dailies. There was very little to do in the daily events. The daily car loot can be completed without any problems by using the 3-star Spierling. Same can be said for the credit heist. The 3-star Spierling completes all the objectives, and even though you wouldn't be able to get all the prizes with the car being a max 5-star, I think this shows the capabilities of the car. Anyway, even though the car is amazing to drive, I can't give it more than 2 out of 10 for dailies, just because there really isn't much to do in this part of the game. Let's go to multiplayer, where I think that things will get more interesting. In multiplayer 1, the Spierling sits in gold 4, which gives a huge advantage to the car. However, since I am currently in gold 2 and my Spierling is only 3 stars, I felt it would be unfair putting it up against maxed Vandas and Huracans. So instead I did 3 races in MP2 where the car is given as a free try. I figured this will also give us a better understanding of what it's like to use a maxed Spierling. First race had me on the Scotland track racing against some ZR1s, another Spierling and the Vanda. It's kind of funny to see such a small car as the Spierling between normal cars on the starting lineup. Amazing acceleration of this car is immediately noticeable at the start. One other thing I noticed is that the Spierling has a very weird way of going through jumps. I assume this is because it's so light and small. Halfway through the race, Vanda and I got separated from the rest of the pack, and it is the way it stayed until the end. Second race, and again Scotland. No Vandas around this time and only 5 opponents. I took the lead immediately and other racers couldn't keep up. Once again the Spierling had some surprises. This car likes to barrel roll on the 360 jumps. Interesting but effective. Until the end no one came close, so a win with no contest. third race had 5 other Spierlings involved, so it is kind of hard to judge the car racing against the same cars. Also, the track was Himalayas, which is known to suit top-speed-oriented cars, and Spierling isn't one of them. Regardless, all of the Spierlings pulled ahead at the start as expected. One driver managed to take a considerable lead, and I got thrown into second place battle with the Huracan until the finish line. It was a fun battle, but the Huracan won and I finished third. So, taking it all into consideration, Spierling's insane acceleration, aerial acrobatics, first, second and third place, and not to forget availability in Gold 1, I have to say that this car is a multiplayer beast. I'm 100% confident you can use it to get constant podium finishes. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for this. Since this is the first A-class car in my reviews, there are no times to compare at the time, so I will use the Spierling to set the benchmark for this class. The track is US Midwest Canyon Launch, and I really enjoyed driving the Spierling. Everything just seems to click great with this car, even at the 3-star rating I have it at. I do wish the nitro was a bit longer, but that's the limitations of the upgrades applied. Once again, the car had some insane aerial acrobatics with the 360s spinning like crazy. It is one thing to note that this one takes a bit of getting used to the way it handles jumps. In the end, the lap time was 1:22.565. In career mode, the Spierling can be used in a few seasons from Chapter 4, like the Euro Showdown and British Beast. It can also be used in the electric season in Chapter 3 and British Tour in Chapter 6, as well as all the A-class seasons, so it's very good in that aspect. But on the other hand, since it's extremely hard to get, most players will do all of these races before ever owning the Spierling. Still, a 7 out of 10 feels like a good score for career. Now, before we wrap this up and jump into the conclusion, here is the answer to the fun fact from the beginning of the video. So, the question was, how is the McMurtry Spierling able to go literally upside down? It may look like magic, but it's not. You see, the Spierling has its fan-powered downforce system, giving it 2000 kilograms of downforce from 0 mph. Now, that is insane. And if you want to see what that is like, I will also put a link in the description. Okay, back to Asphalt and on to the conclusion. As is the case with the real-life car, same can be said about its Asphalt 9 version. It's a weird and quirky little fun car, and I think it's great that they kept the spirit of this in the game. It has the second highest acceleration in Asphalt 9 Legends. It's really fun to drive and certainly has a cool factor that separates it from other cars. Oh, and it also does weird jumps, but not in a bad way. Its downsides are that it is terribly hard to obtain, and it's not very useful in daily events, but it is absolutely amazing for multiplayer and has a decent amount of races in career which can be done. Considering all of this, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, just because of its limited usefulness in dailies and how hard it is to get, but if you are looking for a great MP car and you can get this, I'd say go for it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this review, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell for more reviews in the future. This has been TataMato aka ZeroPayRacer, and remember, leave no token behind and I will see you guys on the track.